You're listening to the #1 real estate podcast in the world, where we talk with real estate professionals all across the world about their wins, losses, lessons, stories, help you win in your local market today. My name is Cody from Sheridan Street. This is a single episode. And today, what I want to do is I want to chat about frameworks, and I want to chat about scripts and the important elements towards practicing and role playing daily. Wherever you're at in your business, I want to encourage you to think about this, that advanced people never stop doing the basics. I've had so many conversations with top performing real estate teams, and even the real estate team leads that have been on our podcast have subscribed to this type of thinking, subscribed to the fact that you can't just wing it. Basketball players do not wing looking at and reviewing their tapes. They don't wing practice. They put intentional focus into making sure they get the results they're looking for. And you as a real estate professional, what I want to encourage you to do is I want to encourage you to take at least 30 minutes to an hour every day to role play the objections that you're getting. One of the best things that our sales team has been able to do, and the top performing teams that we've been able to advise and we've been able to learn from over the last couple of years, have told us that every single day they have some sort of huddle where they role play objections, because I guarantee you objections are going to come up in the buying process and if you want to be an actual sales professional, somebody that actually leads with value, that educates the market, that is able to overcome objections, that is able to get people that might be 6 months out into a meeting now and start looking at properties now, because we know that if somebody's looking to buy in 6 months, they ideally need to start looking now. If you're able to speak with real estate leads, if you're able to speak with prospects in a way that you provide an immense amount of value, from the education, the time that they need to be educated, to the time that they start looking, to the time that they start seeing homes, to the time that they get to contract, to the time that they get closed. If you can provide so much value through that process, you will get the client. And my mentor, Sharon, consistently says that you are 10 times more likely to get the client if you get an in-person meeting. So what I want to implore you to do as a real estate agent, no matter where people are at in your pipeline, is to sit down with them and have more conversations. The top teams that we're advising, that we're speaking with right now, are saying that their top agents are seeing in the market today that what generally took 15 calls or 15 conversations to get an appointment is now taking 22 to 25 conversations to book an appointment. So we are in what we call a skills-based market. So your ability to have more conversations is going to be the thing that's going to take you over the finish line this year. And I've chatted about this before, about tracking these things on a daily basis, about really making sure that you have the ability, in order to actually, drive revenue and drive income into your business and drive production. It really starts with practicing role playing and taking some time daily, finding somebody in your office where you can practice overcoming objections, potentially reviewing your game tapes, recording some phone calls, so that you can have clarity around where your bottlenecks are. Because I was having a conversation with a really big team lead, and they have multiple teams in multiple markets, and they were explaining to me that this is how they run their team. They do daily huddles. They make sure that everyone is actually practicing and role playing and using their scripts. And this is really what Zillow does. Like, if you're not familiar with Zillow requires you to use their scripts. But this specific team has what they call the major leagues and the minor leagues. And the major leagues, so in order to actually be involved with their Zillow Premier leads, you need to be above a certain percentage when it comes to conversion rate. And I believe the number was around 25 to 30%. You need to have at least a 25 to 30%. Don't quote me on that, but it was around that. You need to have a high close rate in order to access those leads. And then if you're not in that bucket of the major leagues, you get pushed down to the minor leagues. And he was explaining to me that he runs his business like a business. It's like a sports team. It's like you're in it resets every month, and you're either in the major leagues, or you're in the minor leagues, or you're in what they call the JV league, which gives you access to different types of leads that you essentially work. And, they're teaching people how to fish for life. But the big thing that they're teaching them, everyone on their team daily, is that you need to practice, and that everything, no matter what you do, cold calling, door knocking, running online ads, whether you're doing, FISBOs, whether you're doing expireds, it all takes time, skill, and volume. And in order to speed up the skill and the volume, you need to have to time block some time in your calendar in order to practice objections, to practice your scripts. And if you're looking for a script and you're like, I just don't know where to start, we've actually created some really great scripts with Sharon, and it's inside of our ultimate sales framework. So if you want more information around that, you can actually just send us an email at Cody at studioptbo.com. Somebody from my team will reach out and give you access to the ultimate sales framework. Let us know that you came from the podcast, and we will 100% give you access to that. So Cody at studioptbo.com is where you'll reach me. If you want access to that, somebody from the team will reach out. Hope you got a ton of value out of today's episode. Thank you for listening to another episode of the RE Agent Podcast. We will see you soon.